Hare Krishna, Namaste. Chapter 15 is entitled as Purushottama Vidya, Purushottama Yogam. Sloka 16, Part 6. Dvāv imau puruṣau loke, kṣaraś cākṣara eva ca, kṣaraś sarvāṇi bhūtāni, kūṭa-stho kṣara ucyate. In the previous session, we learned that there are two types of living entities. One is bhūtāni, another one is mumukshus, and their interest towards the puruṣartha varies. Bhūtānis are interested in artha, kama, and dharma, whereas mumukshus are interested in moksha. Now, what we need to learn is the division within bhūtānis. They are two. One who is interested in artha and kama alone, not in dharma. They are known as artha kama para. And the second division within bhūtāni is one who is interested in dharma, not in artha and kama. They are known as dharmapara. The common factor between these two types, artha kama para and dharmapara, is both of them wanting to stay in this place and derive pleasure, enjoyment for a long time. When we say this place, it is not India as a place, not America as a place, not Australia, or any of those places within this earth planet. This place doesn't just refer to bhūloka. It is the entire universe, the Lila Vibhuti, which has the 14 planetary systems. That is what referred as this place, this world. Whenever we say this world, it is inclusive of everything. It is the Lila Vibhuti, the material world, the Prakriti. It is not just Bhūloka, Swargaloka or Satyaloka. In fact, all these lokas altogether are simply mentioned as this world when it comes within the Prakriti. Whereas opposite of this world is that world. When we say that world, it is the spiritual world, Nitya Vibhuti. So, this world refers to Lila Vibhuti, the universes, and that world refers to the entire spiritual world. So, those who are interested in this world are bhūtānis. Those who are interested in that world are mumukshus. Those who are interested in this world are of two types. One is artha kama para, another one is dharma para. Artha kama paras are those who are interested in material wealth, material things, matters, and interested in kama, enjoyment. Their complete focus is only on these two things, artha and kama. Artha kama paras are those who think of this body itself as the Atma. They do not see difference between Atma and Sharira. For them, it is one and the same. They deny the existence of other world, and hence their only desire is to enjoy the pleasures and the wealth of this world where they are currently in. They do not accept Vedas as Pramana. They do not accept Ishvara as a controller, and they do not believe that by doing punya karya, dharma, one goes to higher planet, namely Swarga. Why they don't believe? Say, if they believe, that means they are differentiating Atma and body. Unless one understands that Atma and body are two different entities, there is no question of traveling to a different planet. Because if one has to travel to a different planet, different loka, then they have to leave the current body and the Atma needs to travel to the different loka, Swarga loka or Satya loka, any of those lokas. That is only possible if one knows, one understands, one believes that they are different from the body. Whereas these people, Artha Kama Paras, they do not believe in that. They have Dehatma Abhimanam, meaning they consider it to be one. If we tell them to do their dharma, by doing so, at the end of their life, after leaving the body, they will go to heaven, that they will not agree. Because for them to leave this body and going to different loka is not acceptable, as they think they are the body. When the body is dead for them, they are dead as well, once for all. That is their understanding. Therefore, they do not believe going to heaven to enjoy. Rather, they would like to enjoy just in this world where they are currently present. They are well known as Nastikas, the non-believers. Non-believers of Vedas, non-believers of Ishvara. They are the one who would like to just enjoy in this world. This world, in this context, to Artha Kama Para, does not include the other lokas. It is only that place where they are present. They are the Artha Kama Para. Their interest is to accumulate wealth in this world and to enjoy the matters of this world. Since they are not interested in the other world, like heaven, they don't follow dharma. So this is the first division within Bubukshu. The first division is Artha Kama Para. The second one is Dharma Para. They are the one who understand that the Atma is different from the body. That by performing activities, the karmas that are detailed in the Vedas, one can fetch punya, merits, the credits, and with that punya, they will be able to transfer themselves, travel to the higher planet. Therefore, they perform dharma as prescribed in the Vedic scriptures by performing yaga, yajna, dana, so forth. The Artha Kama Para that we saw will also perform action towards obtaining Artha and Kama, but not through the dharma, not by accumulating punya that's mentioned in the dharma. They simply do actions in this world to derive Artha and Kama. Whereas the Dharmapara works towards the punya so that they can go to heavenly planet after they leave this body. Dharmapara believes that Atma and body are not one and the same. They are two distinct different entities. They believe in Ishvara, the controller, God. They believe in the Vedas as Pramana. So this Dharmapara falls under the category known as Amoshikam, whereas the Artha Kama Para falls under the category known as Aihikam. Aihikam is the enjoyment derived within this world. Amoshikam is the enjoyment that is derived in the other world, the higher lokas. So two divisions within bubukshus. One is artha kama para, another one is dharma para. Dharma paras are who are believers of God, Vedas and Atma and existence of the higher lokas. So compared to the artha kama paras, dharma paras are certainly way better type of bubukshu. However, Lord Krishna is not quite happy with the dharma paras as well. In the second chapter, 42 and 43 verses, Krishna said, Yamimam pushpitam vacham prabhavanti avipaschitaha veda vadarataha partha nanyat astiti vadinaha kamatmana swarga para janma karma palapradham kriya vishesha bahulam bhogaishwarya gatim prati. He said over there that the Vedas gives a lot of flowery words. The men who are less intelligent with small knowledge are very much attached to those flowery words present in the Vedas, which recommends various yaga, yajna, homa to be performed as karma so that one can be elevated to the heavenly planet. Krishna is speaking about dharmapara over here. For such people, nothing is greater than that. They don't think of Vaikuntha, the spiritual world. Their goal is to attain the destination, and for them that destination is the ultimate destination for their sense gratification and to have an opulent life for longer duration. Hence, they say there is nothing more than this. They work hard wanting to be in the heavenly planet or to be born as Indra, Brahma, so forth. They don't know, or they are least interested to go to the Vedanta part of the Vedas. They are pretty much stuck to the Karma Bhaha, the Karma Kanda portion of the Vedas. Kriya Vishesha Bahulam. They do lot of kriyas, lot of activities. They do all those activities perfectly, performing various kinds of yaga, yajna, and so forth. But they don't use their buddhi, intelligence, to go beyond that point, to know that there is spiritual world and there is the Supreme Lord who is present in the spiritual world, and that world never perishes, never destroyed at the time of pralaya. These dharmaparas have a closed vision and their own understanding about moksha. They think going to heaven is moksha. They don't know when Brahma goes to sleep, this heaven will also be finished. That is Naimitika Pralaya. They don't know when Prakrita Pralaya happens, even the Satya Loka is finished. So wherever these dharmaparas may aspire to go within this Prakriti, they have to return back to this world. One might ask a question, then why does the Vedas have such karmas mentioned which only takes one to the higher planets within this material world? Rather, it could have just not said those things and focused on the spiritual world alone. Well, it is said Vedas are greater than thousands of mothers and fathers that we may have. It is more caring, affectionate, and loving towards us. As a loving mother, the Vedas want to satisfy and fulfill her children's desire. At the same time, gradually bring them to the higher standard. People are all not of same nature. They all vary. They are all so different. Giving them just one option is going to make them rebellious towards the Vedas. People are of Sattva Guna prominently, or maybe Rajoguna, or maybe Tamoguna. Therefore, Vedas needs to cater all these three types of people. Therefore, as a loving mother, it offers according to the gunas of the people. And gradually their faith towards the Vedas increases, and they eventually come to the Vedanta part, which completely speaks about the Supreme Lord, the spiritual world, and what does it mean to attain the spiritual world to serve the Supreme Lord. Say a person who doesn't believe in Vedas, but he is married and doesn't have a child. Someone says that if you perform this particular puja, you will get a son. Though he doesn't have faith in the Vedas, but he still needs a son. Therefore, he decides to perform putra-kameshti yajna, and he gets a son. Then this person who wants to maintain the family, trying to do business, go to work, but nothing seemed to be working out for him. Then his friends again advises him to perform Vayavya Yagam, which brings in wealth. He performs that yaga and he gets wealth. Now he got good son, wonderful family, lot of wealth. Along with that comes enemies. So now he is trying to find means to finish the enemies. Then he learned from the priest where he did the previous yaga that Sena Yaga will destroy his enemies, and he performs Sena Yaga and the enemies are destroyed. Like that, gradually his faith towards the Vedas increases tremendously. As his faith increases, also he starts wisely thinking that the problems are still existing. He thinks, I thought by leaving India and coming to America, I'll be free of problems. I'll be having long-lasting happiness and enjoyment. But I left India, but the problems did not leave me. It followed me like a shadow. The happiness that one gets, whether in India, America, Russia, wherever one may go within this planet, the problems going to exist, the happiness is going to be temporary. So this person goes to his priest and asks for solution if there is anything mentioned in the Vedas to have a long-term happiness, not momentary, short-term happiness. And the priest says, well, yes, if you perform kṣaraḥ, you will go to heaven. Then this person asks details about heaven and learns about heaven and gets attracted and wanting to go to a heavenly planet. Then with the help of the priest, he performs the homa and attains the heavenly planet. So the person who had no faith in Vedas, doesn't believe in Atma, doesn't believe in God, doesn't believe in Swarga, who are known as Artha Kama Para, now somehow their faith has increased in the Vedas and became Dharmaparas. But once they go there, then they realize even that place is not a permanent place. One will not have everlasting happiness. Once the punya credit is over, then he will be pushed upside down into this loke, so that he can work on further accumulation of the punya, credits, to return back to the heavenly planet. In this way, this person, like in a roller coaster, comes into this earthly planet, does dharma karya, gains punya, goes to heaven, spends the punya over there for some time by enjoying the facilities, and comes back into this world again. Again he performs Vedic rituals, gains punya, and goes to heaven. After some time he comes back into this world. This is exactly what Krishna says in Bhagavad Gita 9.27. Kshine punye mritya lokam vishanti. When such people have thus enjoyed the heavenly sense pleasure and the results of their pious activities are exhausted, they return to this planet again. One may ask, well, what about Brahmaloka? The answer is same. Even if he goes to Brahmaloka, he needs to come back here. Abrahma bhuvanalokaha punaravartino Arjuna. Even if you go to Brahmaloka, you need to come back here into this world. Now, after going through this painful exercise, this person realizes that the happiness that he gets over there in the higher planet is not a permanent situation. He needs to really work hard to gain those punya, the credits, to attain the heaven. So this time, this person runs to the priest, falls at his feet and begs, saying that I am tired of going up and down like a bouncing ball between the earth and heaven. It's been painful multiple round trips. There is no guarantee that I can stay there forever. I think that there must be some permanent solution to this problem. The scriptures must have given some means by which I don't need to return back into the world and don't need to go through a temporary happiness. There must be a place where people go and never return back into this world. People will have an everlasting happiness, and people will not be pushed into this earth like they do in the heavenly planet. Can you please advise me on that? Now we can see how strong he has become in his faith towards the scriptures, towards the Vedas. Not only that, the person who was performing the rituals, he does not see him as an ordinary priest. Now he considers him to be his own guru, who can help him in this situation. When the guru heard this one, he smilingly said, yes, there is mention of such place and the process to attain that place, and about the person, the personality, who is not mean like the devatas to push you down back into this world. That place is Vaikuntha, the Nitya Vibhuti, the spiritual world, which is 3/4 in size compared to this 1/4 material world. One who goes there will never return. Māmupaitye tu kaunteya punarjanmana vidyate. As Krishna said in Gita, but one who attains to my abode, O son of Kunti, never takes birth again. He also said in 8th chapter 15th sloka that Māmupaitya punarjanma dukkhalayam ashasvatam napnuvanti mahatmanah samsiddhim paramam gataha. After attaining me, the great souls never return to this temporary world which is full of miseries, because they have attained the highest perfection. Again, in the 21st sloka of 8th chapter, avyakto akṣara iti yuktah tam ahuhu paramam gatim yam prapyana nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. That place of mine which is the supreme destination, having attained it, one never returns. And also in the 6th sloka of the same chapter, chapter 8, Krishna said, Yad gatvana nivartante tad dhama paramam mama. Those who reach my abode never return to this material world. There are so many places like this in Bhagavad Gita as well as in other scriptures which clearly says that one who goes to the spiritual world, the abode of the Supreme Lord, never have to come back into this material world. When this person heard this, he is astonished and also excited. Then he asked the priest, please now do that special yaga, homa, so that I can go to that place. I can pay you everything that I have. I can give my entire wealth, but please perform this so I can go back. The priest smilingly said, you don't need to give me anything for that, and I don't need to do anything for you to go there. The man became disappointed. He further begged the priest to help him. He asked, what am I supposed to do? What is mentioned in the scripture? Please tell me so I can jump right onto it. Then the priest said, well, in that case, you need to refer not to the first portion of the Vedas, but you need to refer to the second portion of the Vedas. The man asked, is there a second part of it? Yes, the first part is Karma Kanda, which is what you've been doing life after life after life to attain some temporary happiness. Whereas the second part of it is Vedanta, Upanishad, Jnanabhaha, which speaks all about the spiritual world and the Supreme Personality of Godhead. The man said, well, I heard that Upanishads are many and it is hard to study them and understand. I don't think I have that much time to do that. The priest said, well, that is why Sri Krishna has given the essence of all the Upanishad through his lotus mouth in the form of Bhagavad Gita. Sarvo Upanishado Gavaha Dokta Gopala Nandana Partha Vastaha Sudhir Bhokta Duktam Gita Mritam Mahat. Bhagavad Gita is the essence of all the Upanishad. Over there Krishna says, Sarva Dharmana Parityajya Mamekam Saranam Vraja Aham Tvam Sarva Papebhyo Mokshesyami Ma Suchaha. Krishna says, just surrender unto him and he will take care of you returning back to the spiritual world. Then the man asked, how do I develop the mood of surrender? What am I supposed to practice? Please tell me that. Then the priest said, Shravanam Kirtanam Vishnoho Smaranam Pada Sevanam Archanam Vandanam Dasyam Sakyam Atma Nivedanam Iti Pumsarpita Vishno Bhaktischin Navalakshana. As it is mentioned in Srimad Bhagavatam, by the great devotee Bhakta Prahlad, there are 9 processes by which one can perform bhakti to gain the mercy of the Supreme Lord, by which one can return back to the spiritual world. They are hearing about Krishna, chanting Krishna's various holy names, remembering Krishna's form, qualities, pastimes, serving his lotus feet, worshipping the Lord, offering prayers to the Lord, becoming his servant, considering the Lord to be one's best friend, and surrendering everything unto him. That is, serving him with body, mind, and words. These are the very potent 9 processes of pure devotional service. One who has dedicated his life to the service of Krishna through all these 9 methods, or even one of these 9 methods, should be understood to be the most learned person. He has acquired the complete knowledge of all the scriptures, and by doing so, he develops an unalloyed, unmotivated bhakti towards Krishna, by which the Lord is pleased and takes him back to his permanent abode. The priest said, therefore, you can perform the yajna by yourself, called Nama Yajna. Chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, which is the best Kali Yuga mantra. When you chant this mantra sincerely, it will remove all the obstacles and help you to be transferred to the spiritual world, where you can have blissful life by serving the Lord over there in person for eternity. You will never have to come back into this dukhalayam, a place of miseries. Then the man asked, Sir, why you didn't tell me this when I came to you first time, or even when I came to you multiple times? At least one of those times you could have told me these 9 methods of devotional service. I would have saved my time going to the heavenly planet where I'm really not welcomed, not respected. The priest, out of compassion, smilingly said, You were not ready that time to hear any of these things that I'm saying now. Therefore, I have to give you what is best for you at that time to increase your faith in the Vedas. Now that you are matured enough, you have seen the both ends of the material world, you are ready to accept my instructions. Therefore, rather than worrying about what happened in the past, now that you understood, become serious in taking up Krishna consciousness and chant Hare Krishna Mahamantra. In that way, you can be happy both in this world and that world where you will go. Now, let's not forget why we went through this story, because there was a question raised why Vedas speaks about all the karma kanda, which only gives material wealth and pleasure, which are temporary. The answer that we saw is Vedas are like mother. It gradually helps the living entities, her children, to grow and mature into spiritual life and develop bhakti towards Krishna. That's the goal of Vedas. To summarize, we learned that there are 2 living entities, mumukshu and bubukshu. Within bubukshu, there are 2 divisions, and they are artha kama para and other one is dharma para. Artha kama para are interested just in this world, where they stay and enjoy the resources of this world. Dharma para are interested in the heavenly planet. Now within dharma para, there are 2 sub-classifications that we yet to learn, and also we need to learn about the classification within mumukshu. Those things will be covered in the following session. Namaste, Hare Krishna.